Hi beautiful weirdos, Charlotte here, welcome back to Pretty Scary, and today is day 9 of my 12 days of Christmas. As you may have noticed, I have got a slightly different angle today because my lighting is a bit crappy in the angle that I normally film in, so I thought I'd try something different. Please excuse all this behind me, it's all my motivational stuff. I don't earn £10,000 a month, I wish, but that's what I hope to earn one day, so you know. Anyway, I am doing the 9th day today, which is 9 ladies dancing. So I decided to take that theme and go with a burlesque dancer, but I need to put some kind of creepy, weird twist on it. So I decided to do myself as a sort of a sketch / painting of a dancer. So yeah, I'm going to make myself look like a drawing. Just gets weirder and weirder around here. Anyway, I'm going to make a start, stick on my creepy stories and make a start. I just said make a start twice.
I'm starting off by painting my face white, or rather sponging my face white. I just wanted a quite thin, even layer all over my face, and then using Margot, I'm just carving out my cheekbones. Please excuse the lighting, it was a nightmare this day. Yes, see what I mean? So yeah, back to the cheekbones, carving them out. Carving out my nose, basically just doing lots of shading and contouring, but with grey. Underneath the chin, socket line, bad lighting yet again. Honestly, if I could have had a word with the sun this day, I would have done, trust me. Right, anyway, back to the contouring. So contouring my nose, shading around the sides of my nose. Anywhere where there is a contour, you need to contour, so to speak. Back to the socket line. Basically, because you've painted your face white, you're just adding the definition back into your face, but also making it look kind of drawn and a little bit cartoony by doing the definition a lot stronger than it would be in real life, which is what you see me doing here. And then going in with Twilight Grey, which is a darker grey, I'm just going over my brows. Apologies again for the light. Yes, it really was trying my patience. So yeah, anyway, defining my brows, then defining all those shadows that I've already put in with Margot with the deeper shade. And a smaller brush, obviously, so that I don't completely cover the shadow that I've done with Margot, because the whole idea is to get a gradient. Going into my socket line to define that more. Winging that out slightly at the edges. Oh, and not only is the lighting bad, we've also got our friend the yellow stripe back down the middle of the screen. Wonderful. Sorry, Beauts. Anyway, back to contouring. So yeah, just adding some more definition to my cheekbones, and then also contouring underneath my jawline and chin. Like I said, I'm just adding in shadows to make myself look a bit like a watercolour painting or a drawing. So anywhere where there's a shadow, I'm artificially defining it, basically. Yeah, lighting, bugger off lighting, or rather come back lighting, good lighting, bugger off bad lighting. Anyway, I'm getting rather consumed with this lighting. Let's get back to the tutorial. So I'm going in with a good old winged eyeliner to define my eyes even more and give that nice cat's eye effect. And then going in with a grey face paint and just painting my lips. I wanted to keep this monochrome as if it had been painted in kind of black and white inks and watercolours and charcoal and, you know, all that good artist stuff. A little bit more definition around the eyes, around the nose. and then using my black liquid liner to even further define those shadows and give a kind of a drawn effect. So basically anywhere where there is a contour, you draw a line in. So it's a little bit like pop art, same kind of principle. I will link my pop art tutorial too, because that goes into more detail about this. But basically you are just making it look like you've been drawn on a piece of paper with some ink and some watercolour paints. So yeah, just outlining my lips with that black and drawing in some contour lines on the lips also. Outlining my nostrils, the sides of my nose, painting on some fake eyelashes to make my eyes look all pretty, going over my brows just to darken those a little bit more, my contour underneath my eyes, you get the picture. Right, now onto some vintage hair. I'm using hair that's a few days old, so it's got a lot of product in, and yeah, it's not completely clean and slippy, because that's the best way to get this kind of look. So I'm just sectioning this front section off, back combing a little bit at the roots, and then rolling down into a victory roll. And because there is so much kind of dry shampoo and product and, you know, dirt and all that good stuff in my hair, it is really easy to shape. Whereas if your hair is clean and slippy, it's not so easy. Anyway, I then take the other side, bring it round to the same side that I did the other roll, and just roll that up into a little victory roll next to it and pin those into place. See? Took 2 seconds, well, a bit more than 2 seconds, but yeah, you get the drift. And then I put a nice flower in there too for that vintage effect, and I put a flower in that's grey because it goes with the monochrome look that I'm going for here. Little bit of mascara, and then I decided that I wanted to do a kind of a drippy effect, as if the watercolour painting has kind of got wet, like, you know, like somebody was looking at it in a pub and they spilt a glass of wine on it and all the ink ran. So yeah. So I just started with some grey eyeshadow, creating some streaks going down from the eyes and down from the mouth and the forehead. Then I started in with some highlights using the white face paint. Just putting that on with a brush and then just blending with a sponge. You can also use white grease or cream paint for this too. I just felt the water-based paint would give a more kind of, you know, watercolour look. Plus I don't actually have a white cream paint, something I need to get for my kit. Anyway, like you can see, I am just adding all the highlights in. This really makes everything pop and also makes you look more drawn, as in drawn on a piece of paper, not drawn as in thin and pinched. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. Just deepened up those streaks. Added a few more in as well because I was loving the effect. Deepening up some of those contours, adding a few more highlights, just a little bit of fine tuning at this stage, just kind of keep having a look at your work. If you're at all worried that you're not getting the effect that you want, a good way to check is to take a picture with your smartphone or your camera and then just have a look and see if it looks like a drawing, and if it does, you're on the right track. Doing a little bit of shading around the hairline just to bring the whole thing together. A little bit more shading under the jaw, softening some of those shaded areas with a big brush. And then going in with Deep Night, my favourite deep dark shadow shade, and then just deepening up certain areas of the shading, the drips, the contouring. Yeah, you see what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing, Beauts. And And then a little bit of the drippy stuff going on down my hand too, because that will be in my photographs. A bit more fine tuning with the white, and then in with some eyelashes. Some nice thick spiky looking eyelashes that look like they've been drawn. And then we are more or less done. Pretty pleased with how this turned out actually. There we go.
I'm having to hold my camera by hand because the light is still shit even with the new angle. But anyway, this is the finished drippy watercolour dancing girl, complete with victory rolls. I hope you like this look. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. You may remember I mentioned yesterday that YouTube have changed their algorithms, which means now that I need people to engage with this video either by leaving a comment or giving me a big thumbs up in order for me to keep showing up in the search. So please, 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 even if you've only got a couple of seconds, just give me a thumbs up or, you know, a thumbs down if you feel so inclined, but hopefully you won't. And just any kind of comment. Let me know if you've ever been to see a burlesque show. I love burlesque myself. Anyway, I'm waffling. I will see you tomorrow for day number 10, and I love you all. Mwah. Thanks for watching.